Hello, this is the second video for today where I'm coding Wusik Station 10. So this is just about coding, so you don't want to see me coding and ramble and complain about coding. You can skip this video. Okay, so the last time I was trying to do a process that is to get an image and extract from image those issues using the pink lines. So let me see one thing. What I'm thinking, I think I did this wrong, the wrong way at least. Should not be. Move the lines. Add again. Hmm, What? Right place. That's why it's not working. All messed up. So first let me check where I am. The cached folder. I want to be source folder. So background. There you go. You think wrong in here. Lines shouldn't be this wide. Again. It's 3 pixels. Incorrect. Just 1 pixel. Correctly, my code is expecting. I have the pink line there. Strip on the starting. I have the pink line just in the middle section. That should be correct. Or I'm going to do it something. Now on the bottom section, cut just a bit again. Just have the pink line in the middle here, from here to here. So now that should work better. It's a large file. So now I have to recompile the skin. For that, I have to here select that. That's going to recreate the cached files. With some luck, I'm going to create correctly this time. Let me drink some water. Okay, now the the compiled file is correct, and I can test the code again. Maybe instead of can also in the widget. No. That. Just going to see if it works now. Doesn't work is because it's creating more than 3 positions, because this guy has just 3 in the matrix. The vector actually. Okay. Oh, where are those positions now? Auto position 1 starts at 150, then ends at 1. Hmm. Didn't pay attention to what it was. 3. Check. I X. Oh no, I don't remember how I used that. But nice 3,000. What's the size of it? There's no 3,000. Has top pings false. Has right pings false. Well, to be honest, I never tested the top pings, right pings false. Okay, starts on an empty area. And it checks checks the first pixel. Try again. Oh, why the heck 7? Ah, okay. I forgot to remove this one. But it's the first number is the width of the sprite. Ugh. I always do that. Now it should give me the start and the end. Okay, now it's correct. 42. Give me the height. 8 height. So it's correct. Okay, it's working. I know what I'm doing. I'm a scientist. No, I'm not. So now the next step is to draw the string according to the position of guys. So there's screw position, screw size. So I have a place where I update the interface. So here, update the interface. This is where I'm going to create everything. Here on the top, some old code. I'm just leaving there in case I need to take a quick look at least. And created. Oh, all this should be on the editor instead. But I'm not going to put it there. This will reset the position. And now I have to calculate the size of how long is going to be all the layers. I need that information to know where to go for my background positions and where to draw everything. Okay. And I think there is a lot of math involved in this. Because I have to break each layer. So I could create an object that's going to hold the layer, whatever is showing in the layer height. And just a minute. There's a customer asking me something. Just a minute. So I'm thinking how I'm going to do this. Best way is indeed to create an object for that. Now let me take a look at the layers again, because each layer is going to have two things in common. Going to have don't mind this blue. It's not going to look like this. This is just a very contrast file, so you can change the colors without too much problem. Okay, so the top of the layer is equal to every layer, including the amplitude enveloper and the filter. Then the sample player, DAW oscillator, audio looper, super oscillator, all that are going to create pink lines to divide each one. And then you have the bottom part, which is the master that goes at the very bottom. So if you have just one layer, it's going to show right away. Or if you have two layers, you have to see layer one, then layer two, then you see the master area. Just think things a bit. Let me check. I have a file that's layer all. This is the compiled file. And it's missing the pink lines and everything else. Because it's like this, so it's easier to create the skin. So it just goes blank the top and the right area here. Make it much easier to handle it if you work in a editor or something like that. So okay, let's create. I'm going to create it as a widget, just as I created a component and everything else. But I'm going to create as a new component. I'm not going to use the component as the derivative. I don't know what's the word, but not going to be based on the component, so it's going to be a new class. It's layer maybe. I'm going to put WSX because I already have a W layer, another piece of code, just so they don't have problems. Just to so I know this is just for Wusik Station 10. We'll leave this right like this for now. To figure out what I'm going to need to start with. So I know I need to go. I always get confused on how to spell height and width. So there's probably a lot of typos in my code everywhere else, everywhere in my code with this. Yeah, that's incorrect. I don't know why I always get that confused. Well, anyway, I need the height and I need the background. So it's going to be a decal. Set as null pointer because I must set this one. Set as I don't know how to say that. The one is pointer and the other is never. I never really used that one much until a few years ago, so it's very handy because this way you don't forget things. You are obligated to pass it through. Um, some people may put it as like that. There is a right way to do it if you are complying with ISO formats and like stuff like this. But this is my file, so I don't care. I do like this. So I need the height, the background, and I'm thinking what else I need. I need a list. Hard one. Because you can have more than one sound generator in a layer. You can like have a sample player and a draw over oscillator, or two sample player and a super oscillator. That's going to be the main difference in Wusik Station 10. So what I have to think now, I have the layer. The layer have my background. So I also need the positions of the layers. So I have something like this. In this case, just the layer ground positions. Can just put background positions because I'm inside the layer, so that's no reason I should repeat the layer name. Then I'm going to have some components. So I'm going to have to create this after the component, very bottom. So I can add some components here. The on an array component. Layer components and then master components. Well, don't need to be Don't need to divide them like that. I will have to check when I start creating if I have to divide or not. Because the components can be just everything. And can use the image component on the bottom for the overlays of each area. Then have the position. I can add something like a partial image. This alone should already work a bit. Have the background position. So now what I need to do is to divide each of these objects here in the layer with a pink line. But I need to do this on the master file. The master file, source file actually. That's what the name is. Source file for the layer. I have multiple files for a layer. So I can change things. And what I could create one just for the pink lines, which is not going to have the colors changed. So I'm going to create a new layer here. All the pink line, not draw pink. Going on, clicking and nothing's working. Strange. The memory issue. Yeah. Use it those things. I have crashed this Photo Plus so many times. Yeah, I should be using something else, but I got this very cheap, so it is cheaply working too. Merge all of these go here and put top instead, so you can see it up. And I'm going to export this other file. So first, let me start messing around. File. Could be something like that. Part. All goes to 10. We're going to make it 11. They're all 11. And on my little file where I define everything, set it to redraw. Now, layer all is number 4. So layer all is in here. So I'm just going to put layer motorcycles, layer 11 on the last one without changing the color. You can see here that I'm changing a lot of stuff. I also changed the global RGB colors from blue to red. That's why the oversaturated file like this one end up looking correctly because of all the change. Because you have all the layers here separated in a file, then it's combined into a single file. But when you load Wusik Station, it's going to load the cached file, so it's just a single file. And when I supply the the Wusik Station 10 files. Going to supply with all the cached files already compiled, so we don't worry about that. Don't even need to know about that. But it's in there in case you want to mess around with the skin or create a new skin. So I have to define. Maybe deleted it. Need to define now the positions of the pink lines. Here's the visible again. Put the top. This file is it's 4K, so it's kind of hard to manipulate. Everything's big. Could create it. Let simplify. Normal fixed size. Say 100 by or 680. Oh, in the wrong way. This now the file is on the correct width. I go like this. I'm already the correct width. Oh, come on. What have I done? Where is it? Oh, because it was on top. Oh, it's still not there. Well, let's close everything and load again. Uh, Load the layer 11 file directly. Skin sources 11 dot p. I can work. Not the best thing. Okay. Up. Good. Start the layer. Now let me open another file. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I have the start of layer and the amplitude envelope. So now I have to define where the layers are going to start and end. So I do it the same way for everyone, like I did with the menus. So on the menus, I did it top, so shows the top but not the bottom. Should be like this. Try my brain here. Because when this is done, it's going to be easier. Just see what's going on. Now is the pink line to starts the next one. Correct. I leave it till it starts the next one. The top is going always to be included and not the bottom. Works correct, at least for the menus. I have top to bottom, top to bottom. Guy, the bottom. Now I should be in the oscillator. One thing some people may be wondering, the sample player a bit small, also the draw wave oscillator is small on the wave sequencer. This is just a preview. So we're going to have a button that you press and it opens at full resolution. Just easier to work like that, so you don't have everything in the screen so big, because not always you're going to be messing around with that. More streamlined, I would say. The wave sequencer on line until the end. Then I'm going to cut all the rest of the width of the pink line. Just one small line at the left. Done. This should be now the effects. Yeah, that's effects. Sizer, normal. I can now come here, give just 1 pixel. Supersonic. This one is done. Everything is correct. Should have an all layers lines on the left. But I have to check. There is space for that there. I don't think there is, so I have to make room for that. Not touching that. So okay, I have added the all layer first to withdraw and I'm going to recompile the skin now. Some water. So let's take a look at the final result. Now the skin line, pink lines are there. I forgot to cut at the bottom. Ugh. The bottom doesn't go all the way. I need that information so I know the overall size from one layer to the next layer. I'm going to do that. Can just take king, king. Look how many peaks on the bottom I should take. Should work. That should at least give me the correct size. Seeing another problem here. Why it's so many pixels wide? Is so many pixels wide? Uh, okay, no problem. Fix it. Always something else left to the beat. File again? And what I'm going to do, something else now. Check if it should be better. Oh, there you go. Inline shows the correct ending. Shadow. Okay, good. Close this guy. And I need to compile the background positions. So let me take a look at my widget here. I want to actually not on something else, but never mind. I'm going to process Not the back layers now, it's the layer all. I need a file for that. Got to count how many are be. So big. Hard to count. See correctly. 8 positions. Final one. 10. So it's 10 positions. Should be just to check everything is correct. Something is done. So I want to be sure that the menu is not wrapping out. Check on the menu. Stand to. So the first one is going to be the background, the layer background, then a layer overlays. So it's 3, 10, and if I open a menu, it's going to be 10 again. Actually should show 4 and 11. More than 10 because it's already crashing. 20, then I'm going to see what's the correct number. I counted wrong. What's going on? It could be this guy. Actually, I'm going to create an enumerator because I want directed access as a sample player when it's something else and crashing. It's having some problems with that file. Particular clear all right. But let me write to open the file. scratches. Scratch. Change. Well, I'm going to open the air file here and take a look. Put in another screen so I can take a look and create an enumeration that is going to work. Compiles. Okay, sorry. It's doing something else here. Take a look what's going on. Forgot to add I could just up, try to attach the processing. Maybe it goes fast enough. Okay, I can take a look now. Okay, I see the problem. Ah, kill it. Okay, where was? Oh, here. Starts the thread. Just wait. We just wait. It's complete. And it's going to work. Okay, just a minute as I need to reply to another email. Always giving support during the videos. As you can see that I'm always taking care of customers possible. I mean, doing on the mobile, so I don't have to hide things on the screen. It's slow to type sometimes. Okay, that doesn't work. Yeah, there goes the black screen again. This is not my fault. I really don't know why this streaming software goes like that. Let me in. I just want to be sure that before I do anything, that all the OpenGL thread is finished. So it seems to be okay. And now I can start doing the pink line stuff. Now I think I can show the value counter. Want to double check that. Then I'm going to create an enumerator for what is what in the file. That's just for keeping the clone code easier to look. 3, 1, 2, 11. I understand, but I don't understand the 11. But let me create the enumerator first. People really complained the way ident, the way I format the code. But that's just how I like it. Always saying that because it's important. Top space, top, space, top. That's it. Top, which goes the top in the amplitude envelope. Now a oscillator. Copies. Super oscillator. Pre-oscillator. Wave sequencer. Bottom. Space. Oh, okay. Total is not. Damn. Why it's doing something? That was not a big deal because the counter is always done last, so you because it means that it's trying to access a 10 place. That's not correct. Total should be the total should be 11. Let's see, top space, top. The way was how you look. oscillator, oscillator, bottom, bottom space. Uh, uh, okay, wrong. Here, the layer, that. Back to the drawing board. Let's see what there. Copy this. There. Adjust the. Okay, that's the right position. Uh, the problem with working with high resolution files, pain to work with. Later, if sequencer, where I mess it up. Cut it here. Copy this here. Crash. Can just erase. That's correct. That's correct. No sequencer. And in the ass to is sorry, but it is. Okay, the wave sequence is correct. And goes blank to the bottom. Now here on the bottom, to draw a small line. That shadow, I think. I'm going to experiment later. Not important that this is perfect. I can just move the pink line over the shadow. Work from there. Correct. Piece of shit. So, Let's recompile again. Value in here should give the correct value now. Going to fail the compilation because it's the file is open. So not going to, not good. Open. Ah, it crashed. Create the right file. Not this file, but I want. Uh, what did I just move around? No, go there. Out. Okay, compiled correctly. That's good. That 10. It's correct. If this commented, sorry, remember to always take a look at that. Now I have my enumerators. And okay, that's good. Access correctly. And let's go back to my layer object to have the background positions and the overlay positions. Sorry. Running nose. And middle bottom. It's just easier to look at the code with that. It takes a lot of code space, but doesn't take any memory space. When I say code space, is like you're looking at it and all these large words around can sometimes be a pain in the ass to work with, but usually no. Usually they actually help a lot. Maybe, just maybe, we just pass the editor instead of having to pass all the positions, but this is just done one time. Like when you update the screen by load a new preset, it updates this and it doesn't update anymore. So not going to take too much memory or would work correctly. So okay, skin overlay is correct now. More water again. Water is good. I'm thinking here. I have computed all the background positions, the overlay positions. And what I want to do, I want to create a new widget just for that. I'm going to call it pink strips. Actually, I don't need to. I can use the same class of the strip pinks, and instead of process, I'm going to call it remove. Right? Vertical or horizontal. Because I want to remove it from the graphic without having to worry. Because on the menu, I didn't do that. That on the menu. To replace it with transparency. Transparency. Full opacity. Call. You need to check and just go and replace it completely. Create. Uh, to that should be transparent. Don't remember now if 255 is transparent or if 0 is transparent. And set pixel. It's complaining about. Oh, there is no if, of course. Vertical, I go like that. Otherwise, of course, I go horizontal. Zero horizontal should be on the top. I knew I put the wrong name for the height. Gah. Look, let me search for all the places I put it wrong and fix already. It should be like this. See if it's going to complain about change. Yeah, I didn't finish the widget. Let's see here. So vertical equals true because the most places I'm going to use are going to be vertical. So now I can remove from the back layer. Also remove from the Here, all that is done. I need to get the decal. There's already a decal, so I need to update the decal so it gets the new information from the file. Meaning that the sprite is on memory, and when you create a decal, it goes to the GPU memory, so it's faster to draw, much faster, actually. Okay, this should work, but I'm only going to know when I start creating the actual rendering of the layers file. It's already a good move, a good direction. Let me take a look again at the guy in here. Here's where I'm going to create the layers. So what I should do first, should clear the interface first. That should also clear layers interface, which I should need to create and going to be created anywhere. No, I didn't create anywhere, so let's create any just layers. That's all. Can check. Oh, that's the editor. Um, there. Shouldn't they're listening. That's going to get confusing with time. But then again, all being I'm splitting into areas. It's confusing. Here, editor. Eh, not so bad. Call this another name because I already have clear the layer, clear the. Oh, I have to go through all the layers. Going to be store. complaining about. There's all thing that's just what I remember that I'm dealing with the Wusik Station 10 layers here, just in case. So now I'll go through all the layers, and that's the tricky part because the first layer is the global layer. Going to I'm going to now again. I'm also getting tired. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'm going to do another video and progress more in the code. I'm not going to do every day because it slows me down, and it's a bit of a pain to work like that. So hope you understand. Thanks for watching.